Good morning, children. Welcome to English class. Today, we are moving to our fourth unit, Dawn of Hope. What is dawn, children? Dawn means the first light of the day. Dawn of hope, that is, power of hope. Let's go through the quote of Walt Whitman. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you. Absolutely right, children. That is, the power of hope will help us to scale the heights of success. Children, have you ever been inspired or motivated by someone in your life? Yes, of course. We have been inspired or motivated by someone in our life. What or who has inspired you in your life? It may be our friends, teachers, or parents, or any other personalities, great personalities. What is the role of inspiration in shaping your personality? Inspiration changes thinking and thereby our actions. Hopefully, it will lead to our success. And inspiration awakens us to new possibilities. Moreover, it will help us to increase our confidence level, hope, abilities, perception, and strong determination. Now, can you identify the personality in the picture? She is Ira Singhal, the topper in the Civil Services Examinations 2015. She has fought bravely against her disabilities in order to reach this prestigious position. Let's see what she has to tell us. There are no problems in life except those that we choose to consider as problems. Life gives us challenges. It is up to us to take them as opportunities or problems. Everyone has different issues to handle, but how we handle them will define what impact we leave on the world. Children, our life is full of uncertainties and challenges which can take any shape. It may be in the form of disabilities, disasters, or accidents, etc. Now, let's read the survival story of a 16-year-old girl called Julian Koppel. The Jungle Air Crash. The way she handled a dangerous situation exemplifies the matchless power of the human mind, the willpower to withstand all odds, and the determination to succeed. Let's know a basic information about Julian Koppel. Julian Diller was born on 10th October 1954. Alias Julian Margaret Koppel is a German biologist born in Peru. She is best known as the sole survivor among 92 passengers and crew in the 24 December 1971 crash of Lanza Flight 508 in the Peruvian rainforest. Her memoir, When I Fell from the Sky, is an international bestseller and is a gripping account of a harrowing adventure and an inspiring life. Let's move on to the story of her survival. I have always enjoyed flying. My mother and I boarded Lanza Airlines Flight 508 as I had just finished secondary school in Lima and we wanted to spend Christmas with my father in our jungle hut. Daddy, an ecologist, and mother, an ornithologist, held professorships at San Marcos University in Lima, and we spent a lot of time in the jungle where they carried out research. Julian has always enjoyed flying, and when she had finished secondary school in Lima, She and her mother boarded Lanza Airlines flight 508 and they wanted to spend Christmas with her father in the jungle hut. And her father, an ecologist. Ecologist means the study of plants and animals, and her mother, an ornithologist, that is scientific study of birds. So her father, an ecologist, and her mother, an ornithologist. They held professorships at San Marcos University in Lima, and they spent a lot of time in the jungle where her parents carried out their research. I was sitting in the third row of seats from the rear, next to the window. Mother sat beside me, and a man we didn't know on the aisle. Everything seemed quite normal. The takeoff, the climb over the snow covered Andes, breakfast, the smiling stewardesses, then the green jungle stretching east to the horizon. People were reading or chatting. Everyone was in a holiday mood. Julian and her mother boarded in the flight, and she was sitting in the third row of seats from the rear. Rear means at the back and next to the window. Mother sat beside Julian and a man whom they did not know on the aisle. Aisle means a passage between the rows of seat. Aisle means the passage between the row of seat. And everything seemed quite normal. That is the takeoff, that is flight departure, the climb over the snow covered Andes, their breakfast, the smiling stewardess. Stewardess means a woman who looks after, that is take care of the passengers. Then the green jungle stretching east to the horizon. Everything was quite normal, and people inside the flight were reading or chatting, and everyone was in a holiday mode. In clear weather, the flight from Lima to Pucallpa is one of the most beautiful in the world. But 30 minutes after takeoff, when we were over the jungle, visibility diminished. And then, all of a sudden, we hit a storm front. And this time, it was completely different from anything I had experienced. Daylight turned to night around us. Lightning was flashing incessantly from all directions. In the beginning, it was a clear weather, and the flight from Lima to Pucallpa is one of the most beautiful in the world. But what happened after 30 minutes? When they were over the jungle, the visibility diminished, and then suddenly they hit a storm front. And this time it was completely different from anything that she had experienced before. Broad daylight turned to night around us, and the sky became completely dark, and lightning was flashing incessantly. Incessantly means continuously, constantly from all directions. At the same time, an invisible power began to shake our airplane as if it were a plaything. People cried out as objects fell on their heads. Bags, flowers, packages, toys, jackets, and clothing rained down hard on us. Sandwich trays and bags soared through the air. People were frightened. They screamed and started to cry. What happened at the same time? An invisible power began to shake their airplane, and the narrator, here Joaline, compared it with a plaything. That is, she said, shake their airplane as if, that is, like it were a plaything. And people cried out. Why? Because objects fell on their heads, that is, bags, flowers, packages, toys, jackets, and clothing rained down hard on them. That is, rained down here is an idiom. It means fall down on someone from above. So, jackets, bags, flowers, packages, toys, clothing, everything fell down hard on them. And sandwich trays and bags soared through the air. Soared means here fly, that is, flew through the air. People were frightened and they screamed and started to cry. Outside, I saw a sort of bright yellow flame shooting from the right wing. I was blinded by that blazing light. While at the same time, I heard my mother saying quite calmly, "Now it's all over." An instant later, there was a violent shaking, and I found myself outside the plane, flying apart from it, still strapped into my seat. But I was alone, alone, and I was falling. Due to the continuous lightning, the right wing of the airplane caught fire, and she was blinded by that blazing light, while at the same time she heard her mother saying quite calmly that now it's all over, that is, death came before them. An instant later, there was a violent shaking, and now she found herself outside the plane and she was flying apart from it. And now she still strapped into her that seat, but she was alone and was falling down. I can remember turning over and over in the air. I remember thinking that the jungle trees below looked like cauliflowers. Then I lost consciousness. She said that she could remember turning over and over in the air. And what did the jungle trees look like from above? It looks like cauliflowers. And then she lost consciousness. It was still light when the rain woke me up. I was lying under a section of three seats turned upside down. There was no sign of my mother, of any other passengers, or of the plane. All I could hear were frogs croaking and the rain. She landed down, and it was still light, that is, it was daytime, when the rain woke her up. And she was lying under a section of three seats that turned upside down. That means the top is at the bottom and the bottom is at the top. That is turned upside down. And there was no sign of her mother, of any other passengers, or of the plane. And she could hear only the sound of frogs croaking and the rain. I had a bump on my head and a gash in my foot. I felt no pain, but I couldn't muster the energy to move and look round. Thus, I spent the whole night lying under the seat, half asleep in shock. She had a bump on her head. What is meant by bump? That is bulging or swelling on her head, and a gash in the foot. Gash means long, deep wound. Gash in her foot, but she felt no pain. But she couldn't muster the energy to move and look round. What is meant by muster? Gather, gather together, gather. She couldn't muster the energy to move and look round. So she spent the whole night lying under the seat, half asleep. Why did she spend the whole night in shock? Because she was in jungle and she was alone there. So it is clear that in night, in jungle, she was alone and might be attacked by jungle animals. It was a horrible and a fearful situation. Right, children? That's why she spent the whole night lying under the seat, half asleep and in shock. The next morning, I crawled out slowly because everything swam dizzily before me. I saw a small package and opened it. It contained some sweets and a Christmas cake. I tasted the cake and dropped it. It was soaking wet and revolting. Then I picked up a long stick with which to prop the ground to avoid snakes, poisonous spiders, and ants. My parents had taught me about the perils of the jungle in the years we had lived in it, that it is not the big animals that are the most dangerous, but the snakes and the insects. The next morning, she crawled out slowly because everything swam dizzily before her. Dizzily means unable to balance and about to fall down. So everything swam dizzily before her. and she saw a small package and it contained some sweets and a Christmas cake. She tasted the cake but dropped it, that is, throw it away because it was soaking wet and revolting. Revolting means extremely unpleasant one. Then she picked up a long stick with which to prop the ground to avoid snakes, poisonous spiders, and ants. So, why did Julian pick up a long stick? To prop the ground. Prop means investigate or examine or search the ground to avoid snakes, poisonous spiders, and ants. Once her parents had taught her about the perils of jungles. Perils means dangers of the jungle. It is not the big animals that are the most dangerous, but the snakes and the insects are the dangerous one in the jungle. Feeling ahead with the stick, I started looking for my mother. I was so dizzy that after each step I had to rest. After hours of poking around, I heard gentle splashing nearby and discovered a tiny brook. She started walking and propped the ground with the stick. Then she started searching for her mother. And she was so dizzy that time. Dizzy means unable to balance herself. She was so dizzy that after each step she had to rest. And after hours of poking around, poking means making holes on the surface. So after hours of poking around, she heard gentle splashing nearby and discovered a tiny brook. Brook means a small stream. My parents had impressed on me that when lost in the jungle, one should always look for streams and then follow them to larger streams. Rivers are what the roads are here, and the Indian tribes and the white plantation people live on their banks. Julian's parents had informed her that when we lost in the jungle, we should always look for streams because streams take us to larger streams. And rivers are what the roads are here. And the Indian tribes and the white plantation people live on their banks. It will be very helpful for us to reach on the banks. Rivers in the tropical forest of Peru meander and circle. One can walk for kilometers along a bank and only advance 100 meters toward one's destination. Rivers in the tropical forest of Peru meander and circle. Meander means follow a road which is not straight, that is meander, and one can walk for kilometers along a bank because it is not straight and only advance 100 meters towards one's destination. So, rivers in the tropical forest of Peru meander and circle. But I had to stay near or in the stream. Its banks were overgrown with the tangled vines, making every step arduous. Sometimes I had to wade through the water because huge rotted tree trunks barred my way. Tiny brooks helped to reach larger streams, but Julian had to stay near or in the stream because its banks were overgrown with the tangled vines. Tangle means what? Twist together, tangled vines, and making every step. It was arduous. Arduous means what? Difficult or tiring. And sometimes she had to wade through the water because huge rotted tree trunks barred her way. Barred means what? Prevent from entering. Barred her way, and it was a slow going process. Nights in the jungle are attractive only in films. In real life, they are frightening. There were always a rustling somewhere. Snakes! Something was crawling over my legs. A tarantula. Even the air seemed poisoned by decaying trees. I slept fitfully. Nights in the jungle are attractive only in films. It is absolutely right, children. In real life, they are frightening, and there was always a rustling somewhere. Rustling means make a soft cracking sound. Okay, so rustling somewhere. So she thought that it might be snakes. Something was crawling over her legs. It was a tarantula. Tarantula is poisonous spider. and even the air seemed poisoned by decaying trees. And that night also she slept fitfully. Fitfully here means not regular or continuous. That means she didn't get proper sleep during that night also. On the third day, I heard vultures. Where there are vultures, there are usually bodies. I came upon a piece of airplane fuselage and saw twisted cables. The place stank of burned fuel, but I could find no survivors. It was her third day in the jungle, and on the third day she heard vultures. And it is clear that where there are vultures, there are usually bodies. And she came upon a piece of airplane fuselage. Fuselage means the main part of an aircraft. So she found a piece of airplane fuselage and saw twisted cables. And the place stank of burnt fuel. Stank is the past tense of stink. Stank means here bad smell badly. So the place stank of burnt fuel. She could find some remains of airplane, but she could not find any survivors. During the afternoon, I heard the noise of aircraft engines. I knew it was senseless, but I yelled, "Hello, help!" over and over again. They must have been quite near, though I never saw them, and of course, they didn't spot me. During that afternoon, she heard the noise of aircraft engines. It was the rescuers. She knew that it was senseless to call and yell, but she yelled, "Hello, help!" over and over again. But they didn't spot her. Then the noise of the planes faded, and I was again alone. But I was not disheartened. I could walk. I wasn't hungry, and I could drink from the clear stream. Then slowly the noise of the planes faded, and she was again alone. But she was not disheartened. It gives us a clear image of her boldness, confidence, and strong determination. And Geraldine didn't give up. She could walk, she wasn't hungry, and she could drink from the clear stream. Though she was alone and frightened about the perils of the jungle, she didn't give up. On my fourth day, I finished the sweets, the only nourishment I had. I was swollen from the stings of mosquitoes and horseflies. On the fourth day, she finished the sweets. It was the only nourishment she had. And she was swollen from the stings of mosquitoes and horseflies. Here and there, armies of ants on the march blocked my path, and struggling through the tangled undergrowth to avoid them, I covered only a miserable few hundred meters an hour. However, my stream did run into a larger river. Sometimes armies of ants blocked her path, so she had to struggle through the tangled undergrowth to avoid that, and she covered only a miserable few hundred meters an hour. However, the stream which she followed did run into a larger river, and as she followed the downstream along its bank, downstream the direction of a stream's current, the direction of a stream's current. So as she followed the downstream along its bank, she saw parrots, monkeys, and hummingbirds, and many varieties of tiny orchids. Orchid means plant with the flowers of unusual shape. So orchids growing on tree trunks. Amazingly, I wasn't hungry. I resisted delicious looking fruit because here many things that look beautiful and tempting are poisonous. The jungle is full of traps. So it was on her fourth day also. She wasn't hungry and she resisted delicious looking fruit because here many things in the jungle that look beautiful and tempting are poisonous one. More than the jungle is full of traps, and it is a battlefield on which rot and growth march hand in hand. All the plants compete, steal sunlight from each other, choke each other, and then hungrily consume the cadavers of their victims in order to live. And the jungle is a battlefield on which rot means decade one and growth march hand in hand, and all the plants are competing each other. They are stealing sunlight from each other, choking each other, and then hungrily consume the cadavers. Cadavers means dead bodies of their victims in order to live. So, how does she describe the jungle here? There are so many things that look beautiful and tempting, but those are poisonous. And the jungle is full of traps. It is a battlefield. All the plants compete each other, steal sunlight from each other, and choke each other. After that, hungrily consume the cadavers, that is, dead bodies of their victims, in order to live.